I will do justice to the content that is prepared for you all. I request Mr. Aravind Garu to help us. Present, sir. Full screen. Yeah. So I am Ravi Kumar, Assistant Professor, Head of the Department, Mass Communication and Journalism. I am also heading something called, I do not know how many of you know, I am the coordinator for American Corner, which is associated with US Consulate General Hyderabad. I think all the priests and nuns should know about it to gain the benefits that they offer to us in terms of exchanges, very especially that are very valuable to our students and faculty wherever you are in educational institutions. I am a recipient of Susie Scholar on Media. In the month of June 2024, I have gone to USA to study about media, technology, journalism, democracy in US. Currently pursuing my PhD in Potti Sri Ramulu Telugu University. I am grateful to SIGNIS Asia for giving me this opportunity to address you on the topic that is very close to my heart, that's human communication. I am grateful to Father Lourdes. He is my teacher, my mentor in this journey of media education, and I am grateful to my college which has allowed me to be here. So human communication is a vital skill. All of us know what are the content that is there. But however, it is a time for us to refresh that which we have in us. Human communication is a vital skill. Especially it was mentioned by Joseph A. DeVito, a renowned communication scholar, who illustrates that human communication is a skill that influences various aspects of life, from personal relationships to professional endeavors. Today I am here, though I have got letter from SIGNIS and Father Lourdes mail. But however, it is my communication that with my principal helped me to be here. If it were only through mediated like WhatsApp message or email, that wouldn't work. So human communication, how we communicate with each other is very, very essential. It is in and through this we get some of our works done, and very well priests and nuns know this. If you want to get your work done from bishop, I think it's in your hands how you communicate. Human beings, all of us are deeply emotional creatures, deeply emotional creatures. Today, all of our friendships, men, women, among women, if we feel safe and secured, our friendships last longer because we are deeply emotional beings. Another aspect, very important aspect, is touch communication. So, for example, person is in distress. A simple hug can change the entire world for that person. And you know how it works in your own ministries. Human beings cannot avoid communication. Even in silence, we communicate. So when I was entering the hall, His Eminence Cardinal looked at me, but I was not able to talk. I just smiled and I bowed before him. So that itself is a powerful communication that I showed my reverence to him. So even in silence, we are able to communicate. Verbal communication is a powerful tool for peaceful dialogue. Peaceful dialogue. Recently, I had a meeting with principal ma'am complaining that mass communication students are not attending the classes. When there is a problem, students come into picture. When there is any goodness that is done, nobody recognizes mass communication students. So I had to sit with the person who complained on the department and then chalk it out, bury the hatchet with the ma'am. So verbal communication helps us to solve these misunderstandings. And this verbal communication is enriched by the tone that we approach, the tone that we use, the pauses that we maintain, the active listening that we pay attention to whenever there is something talked about in verbal communication. So having said that, now as Professor Stevenson mentioned and the honorable dignitaries mentioned in their addresses, there is lot of information, there is lot of content available. We are very busy in consuming, very busy. I was just taking, no offense please, I was just observing people here. We were all busy with our own, consuming the content, scrolling. But most of us don't pay attention to what actually the content is. We don't even pay attention to it, we just forward. Contemplation is lacking. Consumption rather than contemplation. The need of the hour is the contemplation or critical thinking in terms of media literacy. Then there is illusion of closeness in digital friendships. All of us have Facebook accounts. All of us have Facebook accounts. Now we have to ask youngsters about Instagram accounts. All of us have Facebook accounts. So my professor during philosophy said, Dr. Robin, so you all have Facebook accounts, but there are no faces, faceless accounts. Out of 900 or 1000 or number of accounts we have, how many of them are real friends? So that's the illusion we are living in, illusion of closeness in digital friendships. What are we doing? We are uploading time and downloading love. So my professor, Dr. Kingston, says, Enada Thambi, what are you doing? You are uploading time and downloading love. Okay? So next, this leads us to experience something called popcorn brain. We lack of, popcorn brain simply means we lack focus. We are not able to focus on particular thing. For example, we were all listening to keynote address or the bishop's address. How many were focusing? How many of us were focusing? Because we are doing multitasking. We are not busy with one thing, we are multitasking. As a result, we are experiencing this popcorn brain. Shortened attention span. In 2004, University of California came up with a study and said 2.5 minutes only we can pay attention to for any content. Then 2020, University of California said, now it is reduced to 47 seconds. Now what about 2024 and 2025? So all of you know the answer. So we have very much impatience in dialogue. We are ready to listen and contemplate. We are busy in consuming. There is a paradox of connectivity. We are more connected yet more isolated. Even at the dinners, in the family, small little three, father, mother and daughter, they are busy with smartphones than interacting with individuals or the family members. Likewise, in our own communities also happen. After supper, we are for recreations. Hello, good evening. Then one by one, get. Okay? So we are in the paradox of connectivity. More connected, yet more isolated. Now, the point is, digital technologies, digital media interchangeably used. Is it an opportunity or a threat? Yes, extremely an opportunity for us, and all of us know what are its strengths. Let us look at if it is a threat or a challenge. The first comes is misinformation and fake news. According to World Economic Forum, Global Risks Report says India ranked #1 as the most severe global risk in terms of misinformation and fake news. UN and UNESCO reports say it's a critical threat to democracy. So such is the threat we are accommodating within our own selves. Second one is AI deepfakes. So these are all manipulated content, but the intention is very clear. I quote here Jean Baudrillard, he's a postmodern thinker. He says, the scene excites us and the obscene fascinates us. There is no public space and private space. There is no public space and private space. Those days we considered sex as secret and sacred, but now it is very much present. There is no public space and private space. All manipulated content. The next threat is privacy and cyber security risks. We have data breaches, and here are the statistics. Facebook leaked data, 530 million users, compromising personal security. All of us are busy with uploading and updating. Today now notification comes to our app, WhatsApp has to be updated. How many of us read the security guidelines? All of us just next, and tongue is ready. The next threat is social isolation and mental health issues. Something called here phantom vibration syndrome. All of us are experiencing phantom vibration syndrome. Suppose something, we get some sound like vibration, then we think it's a mobile. Tactile hallucination it is said to be. Next, we are experiencing neuroplasticity. We are not able to remember. It is affecting our memory. It is affecting our memory. Attention spans are very less, as I mentioned previously. And sometimes we have difficulty in sleeping. There are changes in sleeping cycles. Then third, substance abuse, whether it's alcohol or other drug abuses. Now we are calling for a culture of space, culture of peace. I would like to focus on 4 aspects. There is respect. I was very happy to listen to Bishop Polimera Jayarav Garu, who mentioned about respect. Then the next is dialogue, non-violence, and digital empathy. Respect opens the gates for open dialogue. Open dialogue. Dialogue is mutual. Dialogue is mutual between persons. It can be inter-mass. So here, constructive conversations are the need. We are always, most of us, online, especially social media debates, always engaged in destructive. For example, today, as I mentioned, there is no public space and private space. So if I am dull, I post a message saying, I am dull. Everything is taken to private. Okay, everything is very online available. Sensitive topics like politics or religion. For example, we like Chandrababu Naidu and his vision. So we comment. The opposite party comes, immediately responds, and weakens our freedom of speech. There is no open dialogue. There is no constructive dialogues. Trolling and personal attacks happen. Silence voices discouraging participation. When you don't get proper respect, you don't participate in any discussion. Respect is more prominent and reduces online conflicts like cyberbullying, hate speech. And social media is a platform for dialogue, not division. Today we see a lot of divisions happening, majorly in 2 realms, politics and religion. Politics and religion. Here, online harassment in India, I provided some statistics. The next one is the dialogue, constructive dialogue. Here we are focusing on winning the argument rather than finding a common ground to find a solution for a problem. But we are all focused. For example, social media debates, it can be anything related to politics or religion. Here, humanity thrives on dialogue, not division. The third one is the non-violence. Here we say digital non-violence. It involves refraining from harmful actions such as cyberbullying or doxing is most of the times happening. The hackers are involved in stealing and sharing personal information on various other platforms, trolling and hate speech. Here the need of the hour is the moderation in online communities. Though we have laws, IT acts, okay, privacy related, the 2023 Digital Privacy Act, how far they are moderated. The last one is digital empathy. If I were to comment, what would be my position? Do I think? Will I be affected? Or what is that? Okay, digital empathy. So avoid toxic comments. We say stop. I mentioned the example here. Sharing struggles with mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, and burnout. So we need to give words of encouragement, but it's not happening online. We are taking the platform to promote division than dialogue. So these are a few thoughts I would like to share. Thank you so much.
A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to